Yes, guys, so let's just jump right into it. Big news. The American and the Russian forces are housing on the same base. At first, when I heard of this, I thought this was maybe like somebody pulling a prank, but it turns out to be true because the Americans released a statement regarding this issue. So, is this a strategic move by the Nigerian government, the president? Yes, it is. Big time move because what? When they tell the Americans to get out of Niger, they are moving at a slow pace. They are pulling their legs. They don't want to move. They don't want to leave. So the diplomats try to have a FaceTime, a face to face with the junta leader, and he refused to meet them and give them any FaceTime. So for 2, 3, 4 days, they have been trying over and over again to come to some kind of cooperation still. And the junta refused to meet them because he want them out. And the citizens as well want them out. And this is the American fault because what? If they had us keep their mouth shut and not involve themselves in Nigerian issues, they will still be there. But no, they want to come and tell people how to live, who to talk to, who not to talk to, and they must only deal with them. Because remember, the diplomat had said the Russian troops and American troops cannot be on the same soil. So what the junta went and did, he authorized the Russians to bring their troops to Niger. And imagine two superpowers meeting in Niger and what's this is not coincidental, it was deliberate. Two superpowers in one country on the same base. And this is why I love what the junta did. This is to show the Americans that you no longer have any power here. We don't fear you. So anyway, you see the Russians bringing the planes and they're bringing their all the stuff with them. And you see they're driving down the street in Niger going towards the base. And the area base 101 is where they're housing. And they are like next to each other, literally. Same base, just different building. Different in the capital, different building. So listen to the statement that the Americans release after this blown up and they realize what's happening in Niger. Take a listen.
I think you know that Air Base 101, where our forces is a Nigerian Air Force base that is co-located with an international airport in the capital city. The Russians are in a separate compound and don't have access to U.S. forces or access to our equipment. And this is something that, again, I'm always focused on the safety and the protection of our troops, something that we'll continue to watch. But right now, I don't see a significant issue here in terms of our force protection.
So there you hear the statement. Now they are saying the American government and the American people must not worry because even though they're on the same base, they are in separate hangars and they don't have access to any American weapons or systems or whatever. But I'm telling you, this move by the junta president proves that the Americans are losing their standing in the world. A couple of years ago, or 10 years ago, this could never happen. And now Chad is telling the Americans the same thing. They need to leave the country because they came there illegally and they didn't have any signed documents stating they can have a house of base in Chad. So, one other thing, the French and the Americans are now trying to put, since as they are being kicked out of the Sahel countries, they're trying to put base now in Nigeria, which is next door, Niger. And the citizens of Nigeria is saying, nope, we don't want you guys here, but we'll see how that works out because we know Tinubu is a puppet, so he can't tell them no. But if the citizens said no, he can hide behind them and say, well, the citizens don't want to hear. So, yeah, the French now and the Americans now want to have a base in Nigeria. Because they're losing their standing from Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Guinea, and all these countries. Senegal. So it's a ripple effect happening, like a domino effect of they telling them, time to go because you are here to help us fight insurgents, and instead we're having more attacks, more people being alive, more people being unalive, more kidnappings have exploded. When you wasn't there, we didn't have this much issue. Now you're here with your weapons and your high tech, we're having more issues. How is it an insurgent group have unlimited ammunition, newer arms, Where are they getting it from? Someone have to be supplying it to them. While the African army are not allowed to buy weapons from certain countries. Why? Because it's a deliberate strategic plan the West had for Africa to keep them fighting insurgents. And while the Western countries are funding these said insurgent groups and then saying, oh, we're the ones who can help you with them, but yet they're having more attacks, there's more kidnappings, and there's more people being unalive since they have bases in this country. That proves to me they're not there for aiding African countries. They're there to secure and make sure the resources keep leaving the country as clockwork without no disturbance and no one keeping an eye on them or paying taxes in these countries. Because once that happen, they're making billions of dollars out of these countries. So if you can keep insurgents attacking these countries continuously, and then you're in the middle acting as if you're some referee, which they are there as refereeing because they're not actually putting hands to stop these insurgents with all the high-tech satellites and attack drones. And so anyway, I digress. So let's just get back to this. So shout out to Niger president for pulling this brilliant warfare strategy by putting two superpowers right next to each other. One who we're not working with and one we're working with. And the Russian is more than happy to house next to them. I'm pretty sure. I can see Putin smiling right now and Biden fuming, like pulling out. He already don't have any hair. Like maybe the rest of here, they're going to follow us now. They're going to be like totally bald. Because he's getting losses left, right, and center on the continent of Africa. Because we know with the younger people getting involved, it's not as easy to manipulate and paint a narrative that these countries are this and this country are that. So now we have young people who are constantly taking part and standing up for their rights on the African continent, and young presidents standing up as well. So anyway, what do you think about this? America and the Russian housing basically like this. So let's see how fast they're gonna get their act together to pull out the rest of America. I think they have maybe like loosely around a little over 600 troops still in Niger. And they had like 1,100 to like $500 left, but they have been trying their best to rekindle a relationship with the Niger leaders, and they keep not giving them any face, and they keep pushing them and pushing them, and they're not reaching anywhere because they realize they messed up when they try to bully Niger. So anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comment section. You know, as always, tell a friend, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Boom.